It's a reform play by William. He just wants to keep it a very tight monarchy, but also he wants to reward the people who do actually do the work and do it quietly without any fanfare. Princess Anne is a perfect example of that.
And I think there'd be plenty of support to see Queen Camilla's own children lose those titles.
Royal families are supposed to be symbols of tradition and stability, but behind those palace walls, power struggles and vendettas can explode like a royal bombshell. Whispers from insiders reveal that Prince William is reportedly plotting to strip Queen Camilla of her royal titles, positions and privileges the moment he takes the throne. This purge wouldn't stop with Camilla. Her son, Tom Parker Bowles, and her sister Annabel Elliot could also lose any royal perks or honorary roles they enjoy. Sources say William's moves are part of a bigger vision for his reign, aimed at trimming the monarchy and cutting out what he sees as unnecessary influences, while Camilla reportedly trembles at the thought of losing her grip. Court insiders say the palace is already buzzing with tension over these plans. Is this about honouring his mother, Queen Elizabeth II's legacy, or is it a deeper rift exposing cracks in the House of Windsor? Let's dig into the explosive details. We'll uncover hidden motives and peek into the uncertain future of the monarchy during this era of dramatic change. Reports suggest that the blueprint for William's reign, quietly drafted in secret Kensington Palace meetings, sketches out a leaner, more modern royal family, stripped of its bloated entourage. Sources familiar with the discussions claim William wants a monarchy focused solely on core working royals, echoing his public comments about adapting the crown to fit today's world. Dubbed by insiders as the Windsor Reset, the plan allegedly uses executive orders, letters patent, to reshape titles and roles without needing Parliament's approval, a royal power traditionally reserved for fast, decisive moves. Palace sources reveal that William's strategy draws inspiration from Queen Elizabeth II's firm hand, but with an even sharper edge for today's relentless scrutiny. One key rule: anyone not actively performing royal duties could lose their title, a shake-up that could hit multiple family branches and create shockwaves through the palace. Preliminary documents reportedly show Camilla could be demoted from queen to a lesser title, like Duchess, while her financial ties to the Duchy of Cornwall could be severed. Insiders say William's review of estate accounts exposed overlaps in spending he considers unnecessary, fueling this sweeping shake-up. Honorary roles are also in the crosshairs, with only direct heirs, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, keeping full privileges. As these details leak, palace corridors are buzzing with tension, hinting that loyalty to the Crown's core mission now trumps personal alliances. At the centre of this alleged plot is William's relentless dedication to protecting the monarchy's reputation, a resolve forged through his own tumultuous upbringing. Sources close to the Prince of Wales describe him as deeply protective of the monarchy, viewing Camilla's elevated role as a lingering symbol of past controversies that overshadowed Princess Diana's memory. While William has maintained a cordial public front, insiders confide that private frustrations have simmered for years, particularly over Camilla's full integration into the royal fold. Following her marriage to King Charles, the decision to revoke Camilla's titles reportedly crystallized during a review of the Duchy of Cornwall's finances, which William inherited upon Charles's ascension. Documents from this audit, according to Palace Whispers, highlighted payments to Camilla's family members that William sees as conflicting with his vision of fiscal discipline and royal propriety. For instance, Annabel Elliot's role as interior designer was quietly terminated, a precursor to broader cuts. Tom Parker Bowles, Camilla's son from her first marriage, is said to be in the crosshairs due to his independent lifestyle, which some aides claim blurs the lines between private family life and public royalty. William's motivations, according to insiders, blend practicality with principle, streamlining costs, preserving Diana's legacy, and preventing any perception of favoritism. While admired by some as forward-thinking, this bold stance risks alienating allies and igniting family feuds that could echo through generations, creating palace tension like never before. For Queen Camilla, rumours of William's plans have reportedly unleashed waves of anxiety, leaving her visibly shaken in private moments. Despite her composed public demeanour, insiders describe her trembling at the thought of losing her hard-earned titles, a status she fought decades to achieve amid relentless public scrutiny and backlash. Sources reveal that Camilla learned of the blueprint through discreet channels, prompting heated discussions with King Charles about the future. Her reaction, marked by a mix of disbelief and quiet fury, underscores the personal stakes involved for a woman who transitioned from vilified mistress to respected consort over decades of royal life. Camilla has always navigated the royal world with resilience, but this threat strikes at her core identity. Palace aides note her concerns extend beyond herself to her family, fearing that revocation could isolate them further from the monarchy's protective umbrella. In intimate circles, she has allegedly voiced worries about the optics, questioning whether William's actions stem from unresolved grief over Diana or a genuine reform agenda. Despite her pragmatism honed through years of scrutiny, this development has tested her limits, with reports of sleepless nights and urgent consultations with advisors. Camilla's response highlights the human cost of royal power plays, where even queens must confront the fragility of their positions and the volatility of palace politics. Tom Parker Bowles, Camilla's eldest son and prominent food critic, finds himself thrust into the spotlight as collateral in William's alleged reform agenda. Unlike the blood royals, Tom's connection to the monarchy comes through marriage, a link that has afforded him occasional privileges but also subjected him to constant scrutiny and the glare of public opinion. Insiders suggest William's plan includes barring Tom Parker Bowles from any future royal events or honorary titles, viewing his high society lifestyle as incompatible with the streamlined modern image William seeks. Sources indicate Tom's exclusion is not rooted in personal enmity, but rather in William's broader policy against hangers-on, a term whispered frequently in palace meetings. Tom's public persona, celebrated for its wit and independence, reportedly clashes with the strict decorum expected of those tied to the crown. Family gatherings hint at past tensions, where William's adherence to protocol created awkward encounters for Tom. This revocation could mean a definitive severance from royal perks, forcing him to rely solely on his own career achievements and public reputation. Insiders reveal he has confided in friends about the frustration of being caught in a familial crossfire, reflecting on how his mother's ascent has both elevated and complicated his life. This chapter exposes the vulnerabilities of blended royal families, where personal bonds collide with the rigid demands of the institution. Annabel Elliot, Camilla's sister and longtime confidant, stands to lose significantly under William's purported plans, building on her recent removal from the Duchy of Cornwall payroll. Once entrusted with interior design projects for royal estates, Annabel's position symbolized Camilla's influence within the family, sources claim. William's blueprint extends this cut to any remaining honorary titles or access, effectively erasing her from the royal ecosystem. Insiders say the decision reflects William's audit-driven approach, questioning the necessity of such familial appointments. Annabel's close bond with Camilla, once a source of stability for the Queen, now appears as a liability in William's eyes. Reports suggest Annabel was blindsided by her initial termination, leading to strained palace dynamics. Her potential full revocation could isolate her further, limiting involvement in events or charitable causes linked to the monarchy. Friends describe her as resilient yet disheartened, pondering the irony of her sister's rise and the fallout that has followed. This move underscores William's intent to professionalize the monarchy, prioritizing merit over nepotism, even at the expense of long-standing family relationships. Caught in the middle of this brewing storm is King Charles, whose ongoing health challenges have added profound layers of complexity to an already delicate and emotionally charged situation. As of October 2025, palace insiders report that the monarch is seriously unwell amid his prolonged cancer battle, with recent updates indicating he is extremely exhausted and facing a deepening health crisis. That has triggered significant behind-the-scenes movements at Buckingham Palace. Sources close to the household describe Charles as physically frail, yet mentally resolute. Determined to maintain his duties despite the toll, this vulnerability has amplified the weight of pressing family decisions. Portrayed by those in his inner circle as deeply torn, Charles finds himself grappling with unwavering devotion to Queen Camilla, the partner who has stood by him through decades of scrutiny, alongside his steadfast support for Prince William's vision of the monarchy. Forward-looking vision for the monarchy. Having championed themes of unity and reconciliation throughout his reign, Charles reportedly views the rumoured revocation plans with growing concern. fearing they could irreparably fracture the family bonds he has painstakingly worked to mend over decades. Insiders whisper that his own history of navigating public scandals, including the tumultuous end of his marriage to Princess Diana, makes him particularly empathetic to William's protective instincts toward the institution's future. Yet it also heightens his anxiety about repeating past divisions. The king's dilemma is compounded by his fervent desire to leave behind a harmonious legacy, one that blends tradition with modernity without alienating loved ones or destabilizing the palace, aides say. Note his reluctance to intervene forcefully, especially amid ongoing treatments that have left him with limited energy for confrontations, as evidenced by recent public appearances where he appeared visibly strained. Reports from palace briefings suggest Charles has quietly encouraged open dialogue in private family discussions, emphasizing that the monarchy's enduring strength lies not in rigid reforms, but in thoughtful compromise, diplomacy, and mutual respect. For instance, sources reveal he has urged William to reflect on Camilla's substantial contributions to the monarchy's stability, such as her tireless public engagements and her unwavering support during his health ordeals, while gently reminding Camilla of the broader institutional needs driving William's agenda. This predicament starkly echoes past royal conflicts where personal affections have clashed with the unyielding demands of duty, much like Charles's own experiences balancing his love for Camilla with the expectations tied to his heir. It leaves him navigating a precarious path, one that honors both his devoted wife and his ambitious son without tipping the scales toward irreversible discord. Charles's situation underscores the human fragility at the heart of the crown. Recent accounts highlight his attempts at mediation, including subtle interventions during council meetings where he reportedly advocated for a phased approach to any changes, hoping to preserve familial ties amid whispers of William's dramatic overhaul. Yet, with health updates painting a picture of a king who may not have the luxury of time, the pressure mounts, forcing Charles to confront whether his legacy will be one of unity or unintended estrangement. Palace watchers speculate that his quiet diplomacy could still avert a full-blown crisis, but the emotional strain is palpable as he weighs the love that sustained him against the throne's inexorable demands. The leaked details of William's plans have ignited a media frenzy unlike anything seen since Diana's tabloid trials, with outlets from traditional broadsheets to viral YouTube channels dissecting every angle of the alleged rift. Sensational headlines scream across front pages and digital feeds. Palace Purge, William's ruthless reset targets Camilla. From the Daily Mail to explosive opinion pieces warning that Queen Camilla's empire trembles, these stories, often fueled by anonymous palace sources, paint vivid pictures of backstage drama, speculating on everything from secret Kensington meetings to whispered confrontations during tense family gatherings. YouTube creators have jumped in with dramatic reenactments and insider breakdowns, racking up millions of views by amplifying rumors of William's cold defiance and Camilla's alleged plots, drawing comparisons to historic royal power struggles like those between Henry VIII and his consorts. On social media platforms, particularly X, formerly Twitter, the debate rages with unfiltered intensity, splitting opinions into fiercely divided camps and fueling endless speculation about palace dynamics. Hashtags like #WilliamReforms and #CamillaTrend have gone global, with users posting memes, polls, and heated threads. Younger demographics, especially Gen Z and millennials, rally behind William's vision, praising his lean monarchy as a smart adaptation to economic pressures and modern values, while older audiences often push back with nostalgic defenses of tradition. Comments flood in. Finally, someone putting the institution first over family drama. Echoes a viral post with thousands of likes. Supporters cite William's high favourability ratings from recent YouGov polls, showing 75% of Britons view him positively, seeing his moves as a nod to efficiency while honouring Diana's legacy of compassion without excess. Influencers and royal watchers argue that stripping titles from non-core members like Tom Parker Bowles and Annabel Elliott aligns with fiscal realities, preventing the monarchy from becoming a bloated relic in an era of cost-of-living crises. Conversely, traditionalists and older audiences decry the plans as vindictive and short-sighted, sympathizing with Camilla's arduous journey from public pariah to stabilizing force beside King Charles. After decades of abuse and now this, Camilla deserves better. She's the rock Charles needed. reads a poignant X-thread that went viral with thousands of retweets. Public sentiment trackers, such as Ipsos surveys from early 2025, show improving perceptions of Camilla's role, with fewer people believing her presence harms the monarchy compared to the 1990s. Yet the divide remains stark. While some admire her resilience and quiet dignity, never playing the victim despite death threats and public heckling, others fear William's actions could erode the family bonds that humanize the crown. Quora discussions and Reddit forums buzz with theories, from lingering resentment over Diana's treatment to accusations of William's petty vengeance, with users sharing clips of past royal events showing awkward eye rolls or frosty interactions. Insiders note that the palace communications team is in full crisis mode, scrambling to control the narrative through subtle briefings and managed leaks. Efforts aim to frame the changes as evolutionary modernization rather than a revolutionary purge, emphasizing William's commitment to a sustainable monarchy and careful stewardship of public perception. However, these attempts often backfire as tabloids twist them into evidence of deeper discord. Royal commentators like Jenny Bond have weighed in on broadcasts, highlighting Camilla's supportive role amid Charles's health challenges, while others speculate on her icy relations with figures like Kate Middleton, keeping palace watchers and social media buzzing endlessly. Adding layers to the public intrigue, this uproar not only exposes the monarchy's vulnerability to speculation, but also amplifies external pressures, from economic scrutiny to renewed calls for republicanism. Polls reveal a generational divide, with younger audiences favoring bold reforms, while elders worry about fracturing the institution's emotional core. Debates have spilled into international media, from American outlets like Newsweek to European papers, highlighting Charles's popularity slump and drawing historical parallels that could shape William's reign before it even begins. Potentially, these moves risk alienating longtime supporters or, conversely, galvanizing a new era of royal accountability. In this digital age, where every leak becomes a global spectacle, the House of Windsor's future hangs in the balance, torn between centuries-old traditions and the modern demand for change. In the wake of these revelations, the royal family teeters on the edge of transformation, with William's plans signalling a new era of accountability that could redefine the British monarchy for generations. Sources close to Kensington Palace whisper that the Prince of Wales is not simply tinkering at the edges, but orchestrating a full-scale overhaul of the institution. Inspired by his vision of a leaner, more modern monarchy, this Windsor reset, as insiders have dubbed it, draws on historical precedents like Queen Elizabeth II's streamlining efforts, but amped up with intensity. Reports suggest William could use letters patent to enforce swift changes upon his ascension. Outlets like The Daily Beast and Cosmopolitan highlight his alleged intent to strip titles from non-working royals, a move that could affect figures like Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and even Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, ensuring only active members retain full princely status. Extending this plan to Camilla and her family adds a highly personal drama, raising questions about whether William's reforms are purely pragmatic or tinged with unresolved family tensions. While friction with Camilla and her kin persists, sources hint at tentative steps toward reconciliation, motivated by the need to project unity amid intense public scrutiny. Palace aides confide that private meetings have been convened, where King Charles, despite his health struggles, has urged moderation, emphasizing the monarchy's strength lies in collective harmony. Yet these efforts feel fragile, like a ceasefire in a long simmering battle, while online discussions on platforms like X erupt with divided opinions. Some users applaud William's boldness, posting comments like, "Finally, time to clean house and focus on duty." Others condemn it as vindictive, with one viral thread warning that such revocations could spark a parliamentary revolt. Constitutional hurdles for removing certain titles add further complexity. Royal biographers quoted in the New York Post caution William to tread carefully, noting that alienating Camilla could backfire, eroding the stability she has brought to Charles's reign. After all, Camilla's journey from public pariah to respected queen has been marked by quiet diplomacy and resilience, including her recent gestures promoting reconciliation with Harry and Meghan, as reported by News International, underscoring the delicate balance between family loyalty and institutional duty. She suggests she's not one to surrender easily. The core issues, legacy, loyalty, and reform, remain unresolved, casting a shadow over the monarchy's path forward. William's protective loyalty to his mother's memory looms large, with insiders suggesting his plans echo a desire to honour Princess Diana by purging elements seen as diluting the royal brand. Historical parallels abound. Think of how Edward VIII's abdication reshaped the throne, or more recently, the debates over Prince Andrew's titles, where William and Camilla reportedly played influential roles according to Sky News. If William proceeds, could this fortify the monarchy against modern criticisms of excess, or fracture it further, inviting accusations of pettiness and internal discord? Public polls, like those referenced in OL articles, reveal a split. Younger demographics favour William's efficiency-driven approach, viewing it as an adaptive response to economic pressures, while traditionalists worry it erodes the monarchy's inclusive facade. For Camilla's son, Tom, and her sister Annabelle, the stakes are intensely personal. Losing any honorary ties could relegate them to the periphery, amplifying feelings of exclusion in a world they've navigated awkwardly and under constant scrutiny. As William prepares for his role, the House of Windsor must confront whether these revocations will strengthen or splinter its foundations. Will they usher in enduring change, modernising the crown for a sceptical era, or sow seeds of discord that echo through palace halls? Camilla, though visibly anxious at the prospect of diminished status, could yet define her response with resilience, perhaps leveraging her influence to broker compromise, as seen in subtle messages through public appearances, such as the symbolic brooches noted by Pure Wow. The monarchy's future hangs in the balance, a delicate dance between tradition and transformation that could either revitalise its relevance or hasten its irrelevance. What do you think about this potential shake-up in the royal ranks? Is William's vision a necessary evolution or a risky power play? Share your views in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on whether this spells a fragile period or lasting reform. If this story intrigued you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share for more insights into the world's most captivating dynasties. Thanks for reading, and stay tuned for the next chapter in royal history, where the drama never truly ends.